Good morning! We're in Tokyo and today we're walking from Shinjuku to Harajuku. We're going to spend a day there and Shinjuku is where we're staying. So I'm going to take you with me on the walk and just show you what we see along the way. Before, I've done a street walk video from Shibuya to Harajuku, so today we're coming from that other direction. It's just a chill video, spotting whatever's interesting, like this giant crab. You can be amazed at how many karaoke places there are and see how the feel of the streets changes as we make our way through Kabukicho, Shinjuku and Yoyogi to Harajuku. And there'll be some bakery treats for breakfast. It's so full of life in Shinjuku, even at this time in the morning. It's not early, we don't get up early. Here's something we know and love, coca curry. We go here way too much, so this is our local branch. There's so many of them in Tokyo and you'll find them in other places around Japan as well. I always think this area looks so much like Tokyo with all these vertical signs, and it looks really good at night. There's a karaoke bar up there, that blue sign with the red writing. Here's the hotel we're staying in, the Hotel Gracery, that stripy building. Our room's up on the 18th floor, quite near the top. It's the second to top floor. And of course, there's Godzilla, our friend in Kabukicho. There's another karaoke place up there with the lucky cat sign. There's probably even some more that I haven't spotted. There are so many. There's another karaoke place above the vending machines, karaoke box. And here's a little food stall selling chocolate dango. That's an unusual one. And robatayaki. Oh, they got other flavours of dango too. Across the street you've got Don Quixote, which sells pretty much everything and all the crazy Japan things you hear about, lots of gadgets. They've got quite good Sanrio merch normally. They sell lots of Japanese sweets too. And this branch is open 24 hours a day, so if you want something to do in the evening, you can go and browse that. But there's plenty to do in the evening here. And the great thing about staying in Shinjuku is there are loads of arcades right there. Here's one, Taito Game Station across the road. And I like that neon sign with the ramen. Here's an okonomiyaki restaurant on the corner. There's a taiyaki stand here too. Sweet red bean custard cream, more dango. Lots of different types of Japanese food at this restaurant. There are so many places to eat in Shinjuku. And look, there's one of the trains going by, going into Shinjuku Station. There's the Hotel Gracery up there, that stripy building. So we've just come in a straight line, and along this street there's the entrance to Shinjuku Station up ahead, so it's really not far at all. They are doing a bit of construction at the moment. Shinjuku Station has literally 200 exits and entrances, so it helps if you can know the right one to get to your hotel. Makes life a lot easier because they all come out in different places all around the station. There are lots of big department stores around Shinjuku Station, and here's one of them, Lumine Est. And over there is one of my favourite buildings in Shinjuku. I think it looks really cool. I think it's a college actually. As well as these big major roads, there's also lots of smaller alleyways around Shinjuku. There's so much to explore. And down there is more karaoke, another blue sign with the red writing. So you see this building with a castle on top of it. Amazing. That's also a karaoke place. And this building at night is lit up rainbow colours. This past week we've been in Kyushu, and it's really noticeable how there are lots more tourists here in Tokyo and Shinjuku. It also makes me feel really small being in Tokyo because everything is so much bigger. There's taller buildings and all the skyscrapers around you. There's a big crab on the wall. To be a crab restaurant. You might be wondering why we're not going past some of the things you've heard of in Shinjuku, like the Golden Guy or Omoide Yokocho or Shinjuku Park. We're not going past them today. Shinjuku is actually really big. To even get to Shinjuku Park will be quite a walk, but maybe we'll go to some of those places another day. The Golden Guy and Omoide Yokocho are better to go to at night when there's more of it open, so maybe we'll do a night walk. There's another arcade, also a Taito station. They've got lots of claw machines on ground level, and the other games will be upstairs. There's so many restaurants, I haven't pointed them all out, but here's a ramen restaurant. It's really common to see pictures so you know what you're getting. And at this one, you order on a vending machine, you put your money in, you get tickets that you take inside and give to the staff, and they'll cook your meal. There's more karaoke down there, the blue sign with the red writing. And up there is Uniqlo. And this is another way into Shinjuku Station. This is a major entrance to Shinjuku Station. It's actually on both sides of the road and you can see how huge the station is. Sometimes you get people busking or doing performances out here at night time. Right by Shinjuku Station is My Lord department store. My favourite department store just because of the name. My Lord. And there's a nice advert for the Suica penguin. Hello. All these department stores have loads of restaurants inside as well as shops, so if you're stuck for somewhere to eat, that could be a good option. The branch of Ippudo that has vegan and vegetarian options is in one of these Lumine department stores. There are several Lumine department stores, and when we were first looking for it we got a bit confused about which one it was. Lumine, Lumine 2, Lumine Est. There'll be a video coming up about this Ippudo, so subscribe if you want to see that. The ramen is really good. And we're going across here to Shinjuku Southern Terrace to pick up some breakfast. Across there is the Sunroute Plaza Hotel where we stayed once. It's such a good location, really close to Shinjuku Station. Almost too close, you don't get to do any of this exploration walking to and from the station if you stay there. Here we are at the bakery. I saw it last night and thought it had closed down because they've changed the sign, but it looks like it's still in there. It's just got a few other places in there as well now. Look at all this good stuff. Stripy croissants. What are these? Raspberry white chocolate baton. Walnut croissants. Almond pan au chocolat in heart shape. Oh, I bet this is nice. Edamame and corn baton. Ah, it's got meat on it. No. Tartine. Banana almond croissant. They got a lot of croissants, haven't they?
I've never had a chocolate chicken curry bread.
Oh, interesting. I'm going to go stripy croissant. Something else that's really noticeable now we're in Tokyo compared to Kyushu last week, because Kyushu is much less touristy. Immediately they spoke to us in English in the bakery instead of Japanese. I noticed a lot fewer English speakers in Kyushu and a lot less English around on signs and things, but there was still quite a lot, enough to get by. This is Shinjuku Southern Terrace. The train tracks are just parallel to where we're walking here. Now we're coming out of the main busy section of Shinjuku really. We're heading towards Yoyogi and then into Harajuku. You can get the train this way, it's just 2 stops on the Yamanote line, really easy, but it's such a short walk that, and it's a lovely day today that we thought we'd walk it and show you what's on the streets. It's also quite a nice walk. You can go through Meiji Jingu Shrine, which is always a nice peaceful place. Across there is Hands, formerly known as Tokyu Hands, which is another massive shop that sells pretty much everything. It's a lot more classy than Don Quixote though. They've got lots of stationery, they sell luggage, stuff that's good for gifts.
I prefer their old logo.
Yeah, it's a bit boring this one, isn't it? That's a landmark building up there. If you're lost, you'll see that from a lot of places. Across there is also where you'll find the Suica penguin statue, the mascot of the Suica card. We popped into Shake Shack because they have a sesame milkshake I want to get. They've got iPads to order, which seems to be increasingly common. There's all the buzzers there.
55. Why wouldn't you put your milkshakes front and centre? Sakura shake, is that what you wanted?
No, but that does look nice. That's a special thing for cherry blossom season. I want the black sesame milkshake.
You're right.
What?
It's under frozen custard.
Okay, right. There it is, black sesame.
Yeah.
What are you going to get?
I know it's basic.
A boring choice.
It's basic.
Boring but delicious.
In the mornings, a milkshake is quite a lot for me. Quite plain.
Here's our milkshake. Milkshakes for breakfast. Yeah. Oh, it's thick. I love sesame flavour. They should have it in more places, not just Japan.
Do you taste the sesame?
Do you want to try it? It really does.
I'm not a huge sesame fan. Oh Lord. That is very sesame.
It's good, isn't it?
I wouldn't like to drink all of that. If you like sesame, that is your drink.
It's the good stuff. There's some vending machines here. And look at this one. Do not drink. This is a soup stock. It's dashi soup stock in a bottle from the vending machine, just in case you need it when you're walking along the street. Here's a level crossing. It looks like there's a train coming. Now we've come down from Shinjuku Southern Terrace. We're headed towards Yoyogi. This is a much quieter street down here. It's a lot calmer, the street's quite wide and spacious.
But the station here literally like that. You don't have to come far to get to a quiet street.
Oh, and there's the Sunroute Plaza Hotel, that brown building, the hotel I mentioned earlier where we stayed once. You can notice lots of convenience stores everywhere, even though it's a quiet street. It's very convenient. A meat bar. Now we're coming into Yoyogi. Here's Yoyogi Station. This has taken hardly any time to walk here from Shinjuku. Homemade bakery and burger. Here's another restaurant where you order on a vending machine. So many restaurants in Japan have these plastic food models in the window, so it's really easy to see what you're getting. In fact, in a place in Kyushu the other day, the woman could see we didn't speak Japanese, so she took us outside to order from the food models outside. You can do the train up there over the bridge. Which way are we going?
Well, it normally go like that way, I think.
Yep. It's a nice quiet alleyway. As always, vending machines everywhere. We're walking right beside the Yamanote line tracks, which is the route you take if you were taking the train. From Shinjuku to Harajuku is 2 stops. More vending machines. You can always get a drink in Japan. I miss that so much when I'm in London. We're just headed back towards the main street. There's some businesses down here. These are maybe apartments up there. Vending machine. This isn't the most direct route, but there wasn't a lot going on in this street and I wanted to show you some more interesting things. Like only 1,000 yen for all you can drink. Sapporo, howdy. That's so cheap. Here's some more drinks vending machines and a photo booth for some reason just out on the street for whenever you need a photo. Feel they got your favourite Van Houten. When you're crossing the road and there's a red light, you do have to wait. No one really jaywalks here. I'm not sure if it's illegal, but it's just not done. And sometimes you can be waiting for quite a long time. That was the Yamanote line train going past in light green. So that's the way to Harajuku. We're going to walk down here, which is the start of the grounds of Meiji Jingu Shrine. You can see it's getting a lot more leafy. This is a good route to take if you're in Shinjuku and you want to see Harajuku and Meiji Jingu Shrine. If you go this way, you can see them all without doubling back on yourself. Meiji Jingu does look a bit like a park when you first go in, but it's not a park, it's a shrine, so there are some rules and you're not allowed to eat in here. Just noticed this office at the entrance to the park. They rent out wheelchairs free of charge. That's pretty good. This gate marks the entrance to Meiji Jingu Shrine. I think it's a bit smaller than the famous one on the other side that everyone takes pictures with, but just as nice. It already feels a lot more peaceful here.
This shrine is a lot quieter than the other side as well.
It is, so might be a better place to get your pictures actually. It looks just like the forest. Doesn't this walkway look nice with the sunlight coming through? We're surrounded on both sides by so many trees. Doesn't really feel like we're in Tokyo. So this straight walk through the shrine grounds will take us through to the entrance to Yoyogi Park and the bridge and Harajuku Station, which is really close to Takeshita Street. If you want to, you can divert off and see the main part of the shrine from here too. Behind those trees there's some bathrooms over there, always useful. And I think that's the way to the main shrine down that way. The grounds of Meiji Jingu are actually huge. You can be walking around in here for quite a long time. Oh, here's a map. So we are here and we've been walking along this straight path along the top, but there's a lot more to it. That's the main section of the shrine there. I guess that's also a way to the main area of the shrine with the torii gate. And up here is a really famous part that everyone has to take pictures of. It's a big display of all the sake barrels. I love looking at the different designs on them. The path's carrying on towards the exit this way, and it gets busier as we get closer towards Harajuku. Here it is up ahead. There's the famous torii gate that we've all got pictures with. It looks in perfect condition. Here's Harajuku Station. The entrance is just over there. And there's the bridge going across to the rest of Harajuku. The famous torii gate is just behind me there. We've still got our bakery breakfast to eat, so we're going to carry on straight into Yoyogi Park. This little square is just at the entrance to Yoyogi Park, and this is actually where you see the rockabillys dancing at the weekend. I don't know if they still come out, but this is where they always used to be, and the entrance to the park is just up that way. So how far was that walk?
So slightly roundabout, but reasonably direct. 2.5 miles.
Ah, that's longer than I thought. That must be why your feet always hurt in Japan. You can easily end up walking a lot. Here's my raspberry croissant from the bakery, and yours was a curry...
It's a chicken curry pan. Pan is a bit different to the usual curry pans. It's more...
It's less of a donut.
Yeah, it's more traditional kind of bread product. The curry's nice.
Curry and milkshake for breakfast. Living the life. This is actually pretty bright red inside, and it's got a stick of white chocolate down the middle. Now we're heading along to Takeshita Street, where we'll be finishing our route today. This is the bridge where all the Harajuku kids used to hang out in the 90s. As you can see, now there are none, and you don't really see a lot of people dressed up around Harajuku anymore, unfortunately. I'd love to see how it was back then.
Very, very touristy.
It has. There's the new Harajuku Station that no one likes. And Takeshita Street is down here. You can see it's not all alternative fashion in Harajuku anymore. There's Uniqlo, very mainstream clothes shop, and IKEA, which isn't even fashion. It's not what it once was, but I think it's still worth a visit. Over there in the distance you can see that Times Square building that we can see from Shinjuku Southern Terrace, to give you an idea of how far we've gone. Here's one of the main exits from Harajuku Station. You can already see it's a lot busier around here. And the start of Takeshita Street is directly opposite that. And here's Takeshita Street. It's about 12:30 on a Monday lunchtime. It looks pretty busy, but it's even more crowded than this during the weekends. Our look around Harajuku is for another day, so make sure you're subscribed if you want to catch that. I hope you enjoyed this walk from Shinjuku to Harajuku, through busy Kabukicho, through Yoyogi, peaceful Meiji Jingu Shrine, treats from the bakery, and that delicious sesame milkshake. I'll see you soon with more Japan videos on Thursday.